Welcome back to the Marching Arts Podcast. I am the Stress Master.
And I am Kanan, as always.
And I'm Jen, back again.
And you can see our backgrounds. We have our pictures. I'm the angry guy right here, as if you couldn't tell. Everybody else is the baritone line from 1991. You know, all happy. Look at this, all happy. There's Mr. Kanan, all proud. And Mr. Rob and Jack. And then there's Mario. And there's a bunch of other people in the background that you guys can't see. I'll have to find a better picture of that. And
my picture is from my age out year. It's the only photographic evidence in existence that I actually had a solo. And I also have another picture of like our friend Mario, I had a couple of age outs. Except my second age out was, 28 years later. And
self-inflicted age out.
Yes. So let me just pull that up real quick here on a second. Which button do I want to press? There we go, that one. And there we go.
Dun, dun, dun.
A little bit of an action shot of me with the Kids Girl Scouts. Tell us about yours, Jen.
All right, this is one of my 4 years. This is with the 1994 Phantom Regiment. This is during Clair de Lune. That's all I know, which is funny. I'm glad I have this picture because I don't remember anything of what I did in Clair de Lune. So I obviously did something.
Jeez.
So I know it's weird. It's like a memory blank. I don't remember anything. I danced with a helmet, and then I remember the end. But this was, apparently I was close enough somewhere to get a picture. So here I am.
And to put
I love those uniforms.
And to put this in perspective, Jen, it was exactly 30 years ago you aged out.
It was, yes. This is the anniversary of my age out. 30 years. I mean, that's shocking.
I know.
It doesn't feel like it was 30 years ago.
33 for Kanan and 32 for me.
Wrong picture.
Whoopsie. Whoopsie doodle.
You gotta leave it in.
I'll leave it. I don't care.
Oh my god.
I thought I was kind of hot, actually.
When he
I would have.
When he moonlighted at VK. So yeah, 30 years. Crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
we're old.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to put it in context, that's if we count all of our years up, it's almost 100 years.
No. Oh my god, stop.
It's true. It's 95 years.
Oh no.
Yikes.
Oh my gosh.
Because I
go talk some drum corps.
Yeah, let's talk some drum corps.
Should
we're gonna go ahead and switch our backgrounds back to give us a second.
Yeah.
All right. So Allentown. We had Allentown in another show, right? Right after it, Williamsport.
Mm-hmm.
And congratulations to the Sacramento Freelancers for being the mini corps champions of 2025.
Again. Yes.
They were in 2024. So congratulations to them. And they were really good.
To be up there, yeah. Yeah, for sure.
They sounded really good.
Nice to see some old familiar faces as well.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
yeah.
they sounded
Of course, the Zimneys aren't aging at all.
Oh my gosh, no, I know.
Nope, same age as when we marched. At least visually.
They're so identifiable. It's like, oh, there they are.
But they did an amazing job, and some of the people we marched with are actually in that ensemble. So
yes,
one of the things I thought was cool is somebody that we marched with had her son in the group as well.
Francine. Yeah.
And then Randy Huey was in there. John Rashawn wasn't in this year. He was in last year. I didn't see him there this year.
No, I wasn't.
Yeah, Augie used to be in it, and I haven't seen he hasn't done it for a couple of years.
But congratulations to them. Really cool show. I really liked the music.
We're sat here talking about these people like anybody knows who they are, but
I know.
Cool. Well, I'll have a video going in the background. You guys can watch it there. So, but anyway, so we're gonna get into all the shenanigans of Allentown. There was some shenanigans going on.
Some shenanigans.
It's been a very volatile score ride for some corps and captions. Like they'll be up and then they'll go down, and then they'll go up and then they'll go down, and it's just been kind of interesting to see it.
Looking at you, Mandarins.
Yeah, I mean, poor Mandarins. Holy moly!
Yeah, what a roller coaster they've been on.
And anyway, and it seems to be guard. Guard seems to be the caption that everybody's either doing really well or getting really dumped in score, like from show to show. It's just crazy. Shall we jump into that? That whole shenanigans.
Sure.
We have the score comparison. Somebody on Drum Corps Coffee Shop posted this, and Jen put it in our chat so that we would have it today. So thank you, Jen.
Also, I love... Oh, wait, never mind. Do they still call it DCI East?
Yes.
Okay. I was like, is that a throwback or do they still call it DCI East? I only ever call it Allentown. So.
Yeah, same here. I mean, I always said we're going to Allentown.
I know, right?
They had the coolest patches, man. Allentown had some of the coolest patches, which I wish I had my jacket.
What happened to your jacket?
I'll go into that story later, but essentially it got lost, not by me, but by someone else.
Did you give it to a girl?
Possibly.
Oh, I've heard
long
this story.
time ago.
I don't understand why people do that. Don't give it to the other people. Terrible.
No,
I wouldn't even let people wear my jacket.
I have a replacement jacket, but it's not the same. It's different material. It's more of a windbreaker material. And I don't have any of my patches. I don't have my infamous 1990 patch that's upside down.
Oh my gosh.
My 1990 patch. So for those who don't know, we got hosed in 1990. My 1990 patch, I sewed it on not just upside down, but I also cut it up into little pieces as well.
That's so much work.
Hey, the anger was there. It's like,
I'm
cutting this sucker right now.
So funny.
We got hosed, but we did it to ourselves. So
I didn't even go into the stadium.
Oh my gosh.
I did. I wanted to see Star. So
I didn't even go into the stadium for finals.
I wanted to see Star of Indiana that year because they were so amazing. Okay, so let's go ahead and get to it. So you guys can see the breakdown here. Bluecoats, and once again, these are on two separate nights, so it's not really, it's comparable, but I guess it's the same judges, right? Was it the same judges from night to night? I don't even know that. I have to look.
I think it was. Yeah, it's the same panel.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if they still kept their scores from the previous night and they kind of put people in the slotting there. But
there's been a little. I mean, there's been a little bit of change from this to Williamsport. When you throw in Williamsport, Regiment goes above Crown. And then Troopers goes above Blue Stars.
And we're going to look at that in the rankings, This just kind of gives you a comparison for that competition, because it's two separate days. So Bluecoats, Boston, Santa Clara with the 95.4, Blue Devils 94.6, 93.45 for Crown. I think, so we're going to talk about Regiment here in a minute, but 93.225 is getting really, really close to Carolina Crown. 91.8, they're on their island, all by themselves.
Worst place to be.
Literally,
we have two islands. Look at Cavaliers are on their own island too.
They kind of are. This is like what 1.2 difference here, 1.15.
Yeah.
And then Troopers and Blue Stars, and we mentioned, Troopers did eventually surpass the Blue Stars, and we're gonna look at that score. And
I'm still sticking to my hot take. I think Troopers are going to catch. I think Troopers are going to be in the mix with Cavies.
Well, let's look.
Well, we'll see.
We'll see. Let's look at the rankings later.
Yep. And then right here in 12th place, the Colts, 86.7, and then there's a 2-point difference. So at this point, like what we said, it was 3-point gap. Now it's a 2-point gap. I just don't know if there's any way to overcome that 2 points at this late in the season.
Is it possible? Yeah, it's possible. I mean, because the actual gap now, as of today, is, well, it's still 2 points. Is it possible? Yeah, because we all know that scores go a little bit doolally at prelims, but they do tend to adjust themselves again in semifinals. So,
go in 89. What was the group that beat us?
Suncoast came out of nowhere.
They got third in brass.
We were beating Suncoast by 4 points the week before finals.
Yeah, so I guess anything's possible.
You know what? In 1992, Phantom Regiment beat Cadets the week before finals, and then came in 8th.
Crazier things have happened. Is it likely? No, probably not. Would I love Spirit of Atlanta to make finals? 100%. Love that show.
Absolutely.
And they've made a ton of changes between San Antonio, Atlanta, and we'll look at this in the rankings. I have lots to say about Spirit, but they made a ton of changes. The show really is firing I
And
love the show.
let's not forget, 3 years ago, Spirit of Atlanta was on their deathbed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They were on their
Inactive.
deathbed. They were inactive, and there was a very good chance that core wasn't coming back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Miracles, man. Miracles.
Merkel's.
And it looks like it's Spirit, Madison, and then Pacific Crest is eight tenths below, and then couple points is Academy, Crossman, Music City, and Spartans here. Now, Spartans with a 79.4, and I believe Gold just got a 79.3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
So they're
That's
right up
nice.
there.
That I've been hearing out of, now, obviously I wasn't there. I've only seen it on Flow. The scuttlebutt that I'm hearing out of Allentown from people that were there felt Spartans got hosed.
Really?
It's possible. A lot of people got hosed. Different areas.
Yeah.
And then we got...
I personally think Seattle's getting hosed. I think that's a good show. I really do.
it is a really, really good show. So we'll see where everybody lies, yeah. Because finals week is weird because people will just all of a sudden either go up or go down. And it's just... All right, I'm going to switch over to the core class show.
Real quick though,
Okay.
before we walk away from Allentown and start looking at rankings, I want to talk about Troopers a little bit, if we can.
Okay.
I've been pretty harsh on the Troopers all year. I've not hidden the fact. In fact, I think early in the season I even used the words hot dog core, and I was wrong. I completely get that show now. And I am a 54-year-old, generally unemotional guy. And I'm not going to lie, I teared up at the end of that show. I think that the changes that they've made, for my one fan, by the way, chef's kiss, okay? I think that the changes that they've made have been the changes that show needed from an emotional standpoint. No disrespect, as Jen pointed out, no disrespect intended to the very capable baritone player that was playing that solo, but the sound, the sonority that the cello brings to that moment of the show, and this is just weird that I'm praising a stringed instrument in drum corps, but it just works, and I also think that it also wraps up the quadrilogy quite nicely as well. Bringing Genevieve, she's got the coolest name in the world, by the way. Genevieve Batman is her name, and bringing Genevieve back into the show to play that cello piece, I think just from an emotional standpoint, it wraps up that quadrilogy quite nicely. Yes, I'd like to see more character development earlier on in the show. Probably not going to get that now. It's too late in the season. It is what it is. So let's work with what we got. Dance with the one you brung. Okay. But the thing is that I understand now the final sunset aspect of the show. I like the sound that the cello brings. I also loved, and I thought this was such a class move, and looking at it, I'm pretty sure it is his actual hat, is seeing Fred Morris's hat on that coffin at the end of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that was his actual hat. A guy who was really instrumental in a period of time for the Troopers. And he's one of many that have been instrumental in periods of time over the long history of this drum corps. But I thought that for me was just I get it. And the kids got it as well, because, I imagine that losing him in the winter season was a massive blow on the drum corps, So, Troopers, I get it. You got me. You're not my hot dog core. I can't wait to see what you do in this week of cleaning that thing up before Indianapolis. And they're still my pick for 8th place.
Okay, here we go with the rankings. So the first thing I wanted to point out is the jump here, but that's because of they didn't get to compete at a show. They got rained out. So they had one less show than the Blue Coats, so that's why there's a huge jump there. But even still, you're going to see, I think there's another show tonight. And there's
tomorrow.
Is it tonight? I thought there was one tonight, though. Yeah,
We're
I can't
recording
look
on Sunday, by the way, folks.
Yeah, we're recording on Sunday. But I think there's a show tonight, tomorrow, and Tuesday. And then that's when the open class starts, right? It's on Tuesday, if I'm not mistaken. So, but anyway, and a lot of these scores are what we showed in the in the previous, but there were some people that competed Friday night at Allentown and then Saturday in Williamsport. I think it was Mandarins.
Who do you need to know?
Troopers, the Williamsport show. It says it right here. The
Williamsport show was just Phantom and Troopers and Blue Stars and Music City.
Yep. And you can see right here that Troopers surpassed the Blue Stars by 0.05.
Just a tiny bit. Yeah.
Just the tiniest of bits. Whoops.
But that's exciting for them.
It is exciting for them. So not much difference here. We're not going to talk about scores. We kind of already pretty much talked about scores, but Phantom Regiment went up 0.5 from Allentown. So there's some shenanigans there. If they're going up 0.5 the next night.
And here's the thing. I feel like Phantom, they only went up like 0.02 or something. They went up less than a tenth after 2 days of rehearsal. So they from Mason, Ohio to Allentown. So 2 days of rehearsal got them 0.02 or something like that, 0.05 in Allentown. So, and then from Allentown to Williamsport in 1 day, they go up 0.5. So
while we're on about Phantom at Allentown.
Oh no.
Can we have a moment of silence, please? I think you could put the video up if you want, but can we just have a moment of silence for that poor tuba? The player's fine. The player's fine.
Yes,
I'm talking about the actual tuba itself.
The actual tuba.
Those things
The
are
tuba lived
expensive.
on. I know.
Those things are expensive, as you probably well know, Jen.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, could we just have a moment of silence for that poor tuba?
I mean, holy smokes. I was like, did I see that?
Yeah.
I was like, he went down, it was a full tuba. He came up, it was like half a tuba.
It was half a tuba.
That bell.
And I can only laugh
Ooh.
about it. I can only laugh about it because I did message the director. I was like, is that tuba player okay? It's like, hey, it's fine. His pride's a little hurt, but you know.
Yeah, because I think what happened was they were coming from behind the curtain area, and he
tripped over the prop.
Yeah, and then
The crossbar.
he went on top of the tuba and pushed it down. I was like, oh,
I know. Oh my
the
god.
poor guy. Anyway,
All
if you're
saw was
watching,
$12,000.
yeah,
Yeah, he's okay. Thank God for horn sponsorships.
Exactly.
And they bent the tuba back in place. It will live to see finals.
The beauty of drum corps was you can just bend them back.
Yeah.
Okay, so the rest of everybody else pretty much was only at Allentown. So Music City was at Williamsport. They went. They're now in 16th. I don't know if I don't know if they were above Academy before. I think they were. So they kind of stayed in the same place there.
Yeah.
Crossman and then Cascades. Love the Cascades show. Such a cool show.
So what's your guys' thought? Are we going to get much movement at Indianapolis, or do you think we are where we are?
I think there's going to be some shocks and surprises because DCI likes to do shocks and surprises.
I'm going to see what there's only a half a point. There's only a half a point between Troopers and Cavaliers. That can go either direction. If Troopers keep building the way they have been, they're on their hot streak right now. Look at me coming back and saying good things about the Troopers.
I'm not ready to say Colts are safe yet.
And I'm not ready to say Blue Stars are in 10th. Colts got dumped by half a point in Allentown. So I don't know when their next show is. I don't know if they're performing before Canton. I think they're in Canton. So they may only have. Oh, they're in Downington tonight. So we'll see if their course corrects. Where's Spirit? Is Spirit there? No. It's Spirit really they want to catch Colts, but Colts are kind of like this immovable wall right now. And we'll see that and if we look at the rankings in the captions.
Yeah.
I think if Spirit closes to within a half a point of Colts before prelims, they've got a chance. If they don't, then no chance. That's just the cold, hard reality of it.
Yeah, and as much as we'd love to see them back in finals. Same thing with Madison. I mean, they're kind of last year they went whoosh, right into finals. So
right. And
I just don't know if they're going to have the momentum. Colts. The one thing that's really strong about Colts is they move pretty darn well. We're going to take a look at the recaps here, though. But
they do move well. Yeah,
they move very well.
Yeah.
So that's really going to be kind of hard to beat. But let's take a look at the captions so we can jump on that.
And you mentioned that they move well, and Spirit doesn't, quite frankly.
Well, I mean, they're across the. We'll look at the captions, but Spirit doesn't see Colts again until prelims. Colts go on to do Downingtown and Ohio Canton, and Spirit is doing Lake Erie. So they won't have any direct.
We've done that show, Justin.
Which one? The Erie?
Lake Erie? Is that Ypsilanti?
No, Edinburgh.
Erie,
somewhere else.
Yeah.
Ypsilanti is in Michigan.
Yeah, Ypsilanti, Michigan. That was a fun.
That was that preview champion show.
My God, remember when the lightning?
One of our staff members on top of the scaffolding doing some sort of Native American rain dance, and then the scaffolding got struck by lightning about a minute later.
Oh my, jeez.
Yeah, crazy time.
Good times.
Let's look at those captions.
So
we didn't do health and safety back then.
What was health and safety?
I know, right? What's protocol?
Are you breathing? Are you breathing? Are you bleeding?
What's lightning protocol? Oh my gosh, you should see our handbook. And there's, of course, every drum corps handbook, because this is a DCI thing, has a big section about lightning protocol. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so let's talk about GE now that we're talking about that. 2/10 between.
I'll tell you right away, though, the thing that's jumping out at me looking at GE is Santa Clara. They've got no props. They've got nothing. It's just them on the field. And they're killing it. They're killing it, GE.
They are. And they're only 4/10 behind Boston. 2/10 above Blue Devils. Phantom Regiment's right in the mix, 37-7, and then 37-050 with Carolina Crown. So I mean, everybody's pretty tight there. It's about a 0.85 actually between Phantom and Blue Coats. So not a huge jump there. And I agree.
Now, I'm not going to
being
lie.
created by the core. So
listen, I'm not going to lie. Okay, and growing up, I was always told if you can't say nice things, say nothing at all. So I'm going to try to say this as nice as I possibly can. I don't get why Crown is ranked so high in GE. There's not a lot of light and dark in that show. There's not a lot of nuance in that show. I don't get it. Sorry.
it could be music.
I can see why they're scoring high performance-wise, but from a GE perspective, I'm sorry, I just don't see it.
Yeah, I mean, I think they play well, they move pretty well, but from a show, like you said, a GE perspective, there's not a lot of light and dark. Same thing with music, there's not a lot of light and like highs and lows. So.
I think the ballad is probably carrying a lot of GE. I do like their ballad. If I'm gonna not pick on Carolina Crown, I really like their ballad.
Yeah, and then Mandarins are picking up some speed. 36.750. Troopers, look at that, 35.9. So really, and honestly, they have a heavy GE show, which is I mean, colors are gorgeous. They have those big, gigantic backdrops with the color and the uniforms. So and they move. Now really
remember,
well.
that's a 3/10 jump at Williamsport. So what was their jump at Allentown? I wonder.
I don't have the special feature where you can click on it and it'll tell you.
Oh, I have that. What are you wanting to know?
So what was Troopers' movement on GE at Allentown?
Oh, let me see. Troopers under GE.
How much of a difference did those changes make?
From Delaware on the 29th, they had a 35. To Allentown, they had a 35.6. To Williamsport, they had a 35.9.
So really, a 9/10 spread in 2 days.
All because of the cello and the ending. Yeah,
I know, right?
Hey man, it worked. And honestly, like I said, I agree with you guys. I think, and nothing against the baritone player because it did sound great, but that cello adds a body of sound that you just can't get anywhere else. So
yeah.
Okay. Cavaliers 35.650. So right behind the Troopers jumped ahead of the Cavies there. Blue Stars also with the 35.5. Blue Knights 34.6, 34.2.
Oh, it's a big drop.
Look at these drops right here.
Yeah. Colts got dumped in GE. I don't know what. And
that's not even a drop. That is a straight up dump.
Let's move on down the road. Okay. Sorry, my cat is like driving me up the wall. He's like, only when I'm.
Oh, did you mention your cat? Is this the part of the podcast where I can mention that cats are not pets? They are, in fact, evil overlords.
They are the owners.
Just this one. The other two are the sweetest cats ever, and they just kind of like chill and do their thing. All right, but
again, folks, down in the comments section, are cats pets or are they evil overlords?
Look at this.
And while you're down there, hit like, subscribe, and all that good stuff.
Same thing.
That point difference was look at that.
Wow.
So I'm kind of curious to see how things kind of course correct in the next two shows, because everybody has one more show at least.
Yeah.
Between now and prelims, whether it's Erie,
and hold on a second, you're going to tell me,
or Canton.
Sorry, go back real quick to GE. All the way down. Are you really going to tell me that Seattle Cascades didn't improve at all?
I know, right?
I'm sorry, something stinks there. I'm sorry, something stinks.
Yeah, I don't buy that. Okay, music. So kind of where we expected to be. Boston. For me and
getting
Jen,
clean.
And Jen kind of, I were on the same page last night when we saw them. Their first production seemed really shaky. I don't know if they were it was weird because I've never seen them like that shaky.
Yeah, I actually heard some fuzz in their horn line. I was like, is that me or is that Flo or what? It could have been Flo mics. I don't know.
Yeah, it's true. Because the sound was different with Flo last night and the night before. They either changed stuff to get more of they got the sound chaining in Blue Coat's show, by the way, finally.
Yeah.
So I'm wondering if they adjusted things and that's what the sound difference was for me. But
I think that must be it, because I remember watching Phantom hearing second baritones absolutely sticking out of the ensemble that I know.
Yeah, so I just wonder if
sticking out of the ensemble.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if it's Flo mic placement on that one.
I look down to Blue Devils and maybe Phantom Regiment and think there isn't any one of them that couldn't catch Boston the next night.
That's a point. That's a big point.
Yeah, I mean, look at these scores: 29.125, 0.2 for Blue Coats, but only 0.4 for Santa Clara. 0.5 for Carolina Crown, 0.7 for,
I would look at that
Phantom
more. That's a caption, but I'd look at more like brass. Yeah.
But I mean, and everybody got plussed in this except for you get down in the 10, 11, 12. These all went down. Everybody went down 10, 11, 12.
Yeah.
So interesting.
We're setting up Indianapolis here for Spirit. Let's be honest.
Well, we're gonna see.
Sorry, that's me thinking out loud.
Blue Knights, it's kind of funny. There are things that are carrying Blue Knights solidly in 11th place, but there are captions with weaknesses in Blue Knight's show.
Yeah, I think that's everybody though this year. It's just like a wild card. Like every show, it's like who's gonna lose 5/10, who's gonna gain a point, who's gonna.
Yeah.
You just don't know. Caption by caption, it's just really volatile. Look at this. Genesis went down 0.8.
They must have had a bad run because they're getting dumped across a few categories. So they must have just had a bad run.
Seattle went up 0.6. And Spartans went up only 0.2. So interesting musically. Let's jump to visual because that's kind of where we were mentioning. So Blue Coat's still in. I agree to this. They are edging out Boston right now visually. I think they're cleaner. They're just cleaner. And Boston's really gonna have to clean the heck out of their show.
So much going on with Boston's show.
Yeah,
visually,
they need to clean it, like spot clean everything.
And then we've added visual complexity by adding lights onto the balls and all that stuff as well.
Yep. Okay.
Vanguard's marching clean.
Yep, they're marching really clean. No movement from the Blue Devils. 27.9, so up 0.2. Carolina Crown up 0.275. Mandarin's up very slightly. 26.9. So everybody went up. Blue Knights stayed the same. Troopers stayed the same. They're in 11th place visually. And then 12th place for the Colts. And then Pacific Crest is actually in 13th. Look at that.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting scores here.
Now, something that should be noted from a visual perspective is that Spirit has improved visually because they were like 18th when we talked about them last week on the podcast.
Yeah.
So
they've cleaned up quite a bit. Guard, our caption that we love to talk about because it's been the one that's been the most volatile.
It's crazy.
Boston went up 4.
I hate these guard scores.
0.1.
I'm telling you, Blue Coats.
Look at Blue Devils. They went down 0.3.
You know, and here's what I'm saying is that Blue Coats went up 0.1 and are still in first in the rankings. Boston went up 0.4 and Blue Coats is still ahead of them. So that's a serious contender for Zangali.
Wow, the guard caption was stingy with their points, weren't they?
Yeah, and if Blue Devils hadn't had apparently a that's a dump for them, 0.3 setback, they would have been ahead of Boston.
Yeah. It's just weird.
Look
at
so
this. 18.75.
Just curious, who judged guard at Allentown?
I don't know. I'd have to look in the recap.
But look at these scores.
Mandarins, all of a sudden, Mandarins out of nowhere are back in the top 5 after being in 7th the whole time. It's...
I mean, look at this. 18.150 for the Cavies, and the top score is 19. So only 9/10, almost the entire top 12. The entire top 12 is literally 1.
Yeah. Go
1.
down.
3.
I want to make a comment. Shout out to Spirit of Atlanta for shoring up that guard. They were in 17th place at the last couple of regionals back or whatever. They have brought. We talked about that needing to have that equilibrium across captions. They went from having that guard be an anchor to bringing it up on par with the rest of the drum corps. So good job to their guard staff for shoring up, for doing a lot of cleaning and a lot of staging and a lot of course correction. So they had a good run yesterday, a really good run yesterday.
This goes back to what I was saying last week on the podcast, though, is that this year more than any other year, I think guard is if guard isn't going to outright win a championship or get a core in finals, I think guard this year has probably got more influence on that outcome than any other year of recent memory.
And here's crazy volatile. Madison, their guard was like in 10th place after the last regional or something like that, and now they're in 15th. All right.
Okay. Once again, everybody's pretty close, man.
The Cavaliers jumping into the mix.
Yeah, look at this.
For them.
Yeah.
Look at a 1.1 jump for the Cavaliers. What did they put in their Wheaties?
Can you check to see where they were before? Because I could have sworn they were in 12th place.
Yeah. That's I can't look at the rankings back like that, but I can look at. I just don't understand.
Look at this. Spirit of Atlanta in 12th in percussion. They were in 10th at one point.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like who did they knock out? Who's not in the top 12 in that ranking?
Keep going down.
That would be. Go down. Blue Stars.
Wow.
Look at that 0.8 dump.
Whoa.
Blue Stars got dumped. I don't know what happened.
Wow. That'd be a 17-9. They still would be out. They'd still be out.
That's not even an Allentown dump. That's a Williamsport. So
that's a huge drop. And let's take a look though. I'm going to scroll back to the top. Sorry for the scrolling. Okay, so the top score's a 19.5, right?
Yeah.
Lowest score in the top 12 is an 18.0. So that's only 1.5 difference. If you drop 0.8 or point anything, you're going to be shifting like 2 or 3 spots.
Yeah,
Easy.
and if I look at Blue Stars, they were at a 17.6 in Night Beat. They were at a 17.9 in. I mean, this is an uncharacteristic score. Like they haven't had. What are they at 17.1? They haven't been at a 17.1 since Nashville on the 26th, and 17.0 at DCI McKinney. So that's a Texas score that they gave them last night.
That's just nuts.
They must. I mean, it just must have been a bad run. That's the only thing I could think of.
Well, even Genesis
Because
went
there's no
down
way of
0.8.
justifying that sort of dump otherwise.
Music City went down.
Yeah, 0.7.
Yeah.
They would have been up here.
Yeah.
That's a lot of red in a caption at this time of year.
Yeah, it is. There shouldn't be this much volatility. Okay, let's look at brass. Let's see how we did here. Boston, 19.55, so 0.2 above Santa Clara. Where's Blue Coats? Down here? Wow. 19.2?
Right?
I agree with that.
Wow.
I agree with this caption, if I'm honest with you.
You think Crown is a top 3 brass line?
I do.
You do?
I do. I don't think they have a particularly good book, but
they're technically well.
If we're judging what is being played on the field, then yeah, I do think they are. They're playing what they're again, going back to my saying of you dance with the one you brung, you know. They're what they have, they're doing well. As I said earlier in a previous podcast, they're still Crown brass. They may not be God's horn line this year, but they're still Crown brass. They're always going to be in the mix. I agree with Boston, though. I think Boston's doing some really nice things with their brass.
Yeah, I can see it.
I don't know about Blue Coats that far down.
But it's not that much of a difference.
The only place to put them would be ahead of Crown or ahead of Vanguard.
Yeah.
So it puts Crown in 4. You know, I guess we'll see. I'm
going to have to rewatch their show from Allentown because when I watched Boston's, I actually, like I said, I thought it was shaky at the beginning, and then they tightened up as they went through the show.
Yeah.
They got.
It was just those first couple of runs after their first hit, their opening hit, had a little bit of fuzz, but then everything else was fine.
But I mean, they're playing at a high level. So
I don't know if I'd put Regiment Brass above Blue Devils yet, but I don't think that the gulf should be that big.
I mean, Blue Devils always play so
Blue
cleanly.
Stars in 7th. They've got a good brass line.
I don't. Yeah, they do. They really do. I mean, they're very powerful and they play with precision, and they have a lot of dynamic control. So Blue Stars play really, really well.
I think what's saving Blue Stars this year is that they are doing what they are given well. I just don't think what they have been given is very complex. You know, that's the complaint. I like the show. That's the complaint that Justin has year in and year out with Blue Stars is he doesn't like what a talented group of kids is given. You know, I like the show. It's entertaining. Is it complex enough to get them any further up?
Yeah, but I mean, if you have 2 drum corps, one playing Mary Had a Little Lamb and one playing Shostakovich, and Shostakovich was a bag of
a bag of dirt. Yeah. I get it. But there's they're not going to be in the content, but they're going to be in a performance.
Yeah. So let's carry forward because there's something really interesting right here.
It's spirits
over the Blue Knights, and Blue Knights down 0.5. So that's literally they would have been in 10th place.
Yeah.
In brass. And Madison down just a little bit.
So it seems like a really crazy couple of days of drum corps.
But I mean, Spirit has been pretty high in brass, and I think it was percussion. Is it visual?
Percussion and brass. It was percussion and brass.
Yeah.
No, they were down in visual.
Okay, so I mean, but honestly, and their guard was sometimes in the top 12, and then they drop out of the top 12, and then sometimes they're in the top 12, and then out of the top 12. If unless I'm thinking of another core, but look at this. Look, 0.9 Genesis. My
did they fall? Did what happened?
I don't know.
I got to go back and see what.
Let's see where they are ranking wise. Sorry, Barry, for scroll. No?
Guys, I got someone at my door. I'll be right back.
Okay. They went down 1.3.
Overall score?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, they had a huge jump from Night Beat. They had a 74.3. Then they had a 77.4. So they had a 3-point jump between the 27th at Night Beat and DCI Delaware. And then they went up again. And then they came back down to 77.4. So this might be a situation of an overscore. I don't know.
Yeah.
And geez.
That's a huge drop.
Yeah, DCI Delaware, they had a 77.4. DCI Glassboro, they had a 78.7. And then Lawrence, Mass was a rain out. And then they got dumped at Allentown.
We've completed talking about rankings. So I'm gonna try to put back up here our predictions. So I think I can pull those off of the video.
All right.
Our predictions, and I mean, it's possible, Kanan, you could be right. The Troopers could be in 8th place. We'll see.
I think I'm going to miss out on Phantom, unfortunately. I think
third. Didn't you say that?
Yeah.
Third.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that day's gone.
I
think I'm going to miss out.
I had Phantom in 4th. I think
you have Phantom in 4th. Yeah. The gods have said no.
I think you're locked in 5th. But I still stick to my guns on Troopers. My gut says Troopers are going to be moved up into 8th, if for no other reason, because they're America's core. And
I don't remember Trooper. I think I said Troopers in 10th.
You did, yeah.
I think I might say Troopers in 9th, but I'm not sure. I am not sure that they will beat Cavaliers.
Yeah, I think Cavaliers are finally are starting to hit their stride in terms of kind of cleaning and stuff like that. And for me, Cavi's show, I think, has room to clean. So does, I mean, Blue Stars does a little bit too, but I think Cavi's have more expression they can add and more they can get out of that show. Just a little bit difference.
That's a difficult thing because right now, what does Cavi's add to the show that is a noticeable change? That's the thing, because their show is more about a concept.
Yeah.
Whereas Troopers is just, they're throwing, like I said, they're throwing everything at the wall that is GE. And so they've made the most visible changes.
GE wins.
Yeah, I know. But I'm just saying, like, is it a better show on paper than Cavaliers? I don't know. They're apples and oranges. Like, Troopers are relying completely on GE, where Cavaliers are relying on that analysis caption, I think.
Well, we're going to see
across the board. So we'll
just
see.
A few days.
So I say Cavaliers ahead of Troopers. I think Blue Stars drops to 10. We'll see.
We shall see. Yeah, I totally agree. I think, and it's been such, like I said, it's been such a volatile year. If you look at the scores, just up, down, and different captions in this, like it's making, cores, and everything's so tight. I don't think I've ever seen, and maybe it's because we really didn't look at this last year, but I've never seen the captions so tight. Like if you drop 0.5, you're tanking 5 spots now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
I think looking at the scores, take Williamsport out of the equation, but looking at Allentown as a microcosm, I think looking at Allentown, we've used the word slotting and so on and so forth. I don't know if it's so much slotting, but I think definitely we've had an exercise of ranking and rating going on here, and torpedo the numbers. Down the torpedoes, whatever. But I think we've had a definite case of ranking and rating on the week before DCI finals, which, quite frankly, doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, it doesn't, because they're trying to get it close so that when we get to finals, it's not a huge shift in things happening.
So now things to look out for in Indianapolis is you're going to see some gaps open that haven't been there all year, both up and down. There will always be a Indianapolis surprise. I think that Indianapolis surprise this year is going to be Troopers, and could be. We'll find out after prelims, but potentially could be 12th place as well.
I don't see the 12th place.
I'm not ready to call Colt safe yet.
I am. I think Troopers will at least pass Blue Stars. I think they'll stay ahead of Blue Stars. That it is tight. It is a 1/10 difference between Bluecoats and Boston. They both have shows together. They have Canton together. So we'll see what happens tomorrow in Canton.
Both are worthy champions. Do we have a tie this year? That's another question.
I hope not. I hope not. I would like to see Boston get their first championship, but I now changed my mind, and I think Blue Coats will take it.
I do too.
Yeah, and I think Vanguard will stay in third. And with a 0.8 difference, I would love to see Regiment pull it out of their butts and pass up BD, but I don't think the gods are on our side. So
that was my prediction, and as much as I want it to happen, I don't think it will.
Right. And I didn't call that. I didn't call that last week either. I said Phantom in fifth, but I'm also keeping an eye on. I'm keeping an eye on the fact that we're only 4/10 ahead of Carolina right now. So the gods could also pull
objects in the rear view.
Yeah. So
I mean, it's gonna be. I think the whole. I think we've had a lot of feelings this year. We've had a lot of feelings this year about what and where and who and what. I think that it's going to. I think we need to kind of maybe shift our perspectives a little bit, because it's. I don't know. I just feel this year just feels different than last year, like completely, in terms of like last year I really enjoyed all the shows. And I really didn't have strong feelings. This year I have very strong feelings about like things. And I'm like trying to catch myself and go, okay, why do I have such a strong feeling about this? Just let it be, just kind of let it roll.
Yeah.
Just let it roll. There's nothing we can do about it.
This, last year, everybody was good and I liked everybody. This year, everybody's good. But there are shows this year, I'm not going to say who they are, but there are shows this year I just don't like. That I just don't particularly care for. They don't jibe with me stylistically. Does that mean they're bad drum corps? No. Does that mean the kids are performing are bad kids? No, of course it doesn't. But I saw another video from another creator that they were saying is, you look at last year. Last year was an epic year for drum corps, and 2019 was an epic year for drum corps. Is 2025 an epic year, one of those years that everybody will remember, like 92 or whatever? I'm not so sure it is this year, if I'm honest with you.
There was a couple shows last year that I just was like, no, I'm that way too. I have some feelings about some shows this year, but I'm not. This year, I think I actually like all the shows, like for what they are. You know what I mean? There's not like animosity in any way. But the epic, I think the epic shows, 2014 was an epic year. Yeah. Every show was good in 2016, every show was good. Even 2018, there was a lot of great shows, but I wouldn't say every show was great. Well, after we came back from the pandemic, I think people were just so hungry for drum corps that our kind of philosophy shifted a little bit in terms of like, we're just going to roll with it. Because in 22, there were some great shows in 22. Fantastic shows. It's like as if we never even stopped. And then, because 21, when we had the what did they call that?
Showcase, the Bridge Tour.
Celebration.
Yeah, the Bridge Tour, yeah.
There were some amazing shows in 21. I think 21 is better than 22 in terms of shows, because they could just do whatever the hell they wanted, and they didn't care. They had screens on the field. Boston had those screens, and people were doing whatever they wanted to.
Cadets went retro, and
yeah, it was amazing. If they would have done that in 22, Cadets would have been unstoppable. They had Phantom Regiment 21.
Yeah, 22 was the year I said there was no hot dog tour. I liked every show on the field in 22.
Yeah, pretty good.
Speaking of Cadets, have you guys seen the I know you have, Jen, the video that's gone out for Legacy Drum and Bugle Corps?
No comment. No, really, I'm not going to
trip you up on that one, am I?
No,
well, I didn't hear this. What are you talking about?
Well, 1934 Foundation has announced that they're doing a sound sport corps, and their logo is gold and burgundy and very cadetsy, and
they're going to change the way they're going to change the world of sound sport. Apparently,
I didn't see that. I saw that they bought the rights for the Cadets.
Yeah, they saved. They had bought.
Always
No, they
knew
didn't
that
buy
was
the
the
rights to
plan.
the cadets. They bought the They were able to
The history.
procure the history and the memorabilia of the cadets, and then a week later they announced a sound sport team. No comment. I can't.
I never saw that. I never saw
Yeah.
that, so that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
This is the part where Jen puts her official hat on and says, "Nope, I say
Yep. Not
nothing."
touching it.
Well, I don't have any official affiliations, and I will say that it was the least surprising news I'd seen all week. Yeah, we'll leave it at that. By the way, like and subscribe, folks.
Make sure you do that. Make sure you do that.
We sound like we've been harping, and we're not harping. We love this activity. We really do.
100%.
So any criticisms that we make are constructive in nature. Just know that.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we are going to be at the movie theaters on August the 7th. So if you happen to see me in my freelancer jacket and my Marching Arts Network T-shirt, say hi.
Yes.
I may have a goodie for you. And if you see Jen in St. Louis, she's not going to have any goodies, but you'll still see Jen. So
I know. I'll be there.
And if you happen to see me, something's gone terribly wrong.
Or terribly right, because that means you're in the U.S.
Or terribly right. Terribly wrong at this point, but I'm going to keep my political beliefs to myself.
Yeah.
yeah.
But you won't see me.
Yeah.
I'll pop up online, though.
But
Go
ahead.
I'll be in finals. I'll be in Lucas Oil on Saturday, so yay. But I'm up in like the 500. So if you're up in the nosebleeds, look for me.
You know what though? I
You'll be
actually
at the fan shop, will you?
I'm not working the fan shop this year because they hired.
So you're
a
not
third
having an
person.
autograph session at the fan shop this year?
No autograph session at the fan shop.
darn it.
I'll be swinging in to say hi to them because I love our team at the fan shop. So
All right. So
Go to the fan shop and buy a T-shirt. While you're there, get a Vanguard shirt, a
best
Blue Devils
merch
shirt.
in DCI.
Everybody else. Best way you can support this activity is to support the corps that are on the field. While we're on that subject as well, if you haven't heard, if you haven't done so already, if you can spare a few bucks, hop on over to the Troopers website and give to their food truck fund as well.
Yes.
They've lost their food truck and need to get a new one. So
And one last plug, I have to. I'll put a link in the comments. We are doing a Disney sweepstakes at Phantom Regiment. You could enter to win a chance for a family of 4 vacation to your Disney resort in the U.S. of choice. And the link will have my code in it. I have a friendly bet going on with other board members. So I don't get to go to Disney, but if you feel like you can enter without donation, but if you do donate, you get more entries. So follow the link if you want to win a trip to Disney.
all right.
Oh, and if you use my code, you get 20% more entries. So that's why.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So there you go. I'll put it in
right.
the comments.
So, we're at that time, folks. No matter what you're doing, no matter when you're doing it, no matter how you're doing it, no matter who you're doing it with, just when you're doing it, march on. Ciao.
Oh my gosh. Do I even say march on after that?
Bye everybody.
March on? Bye.
Bye everyone.